You ready? To be honest, like I really wish I could redo school. You know what I mean? I was a good student, but I would get it done. You get what I mean? Like I wasn't
No
thoroughly
procrastinating? Oh, yeah.
fucking enjoying and trying. No one does. That's why I think school is a fucking joke. Really, I don't. I'm highly educated, you know, on paper, and I just feel like I've learned so much through experience, so much more through experience. And I think you have to be passionate about what you're learning because you're like, there's dynamics of your brain, like the actual science of the brain. Like, if you're not stimulated and actually feeling with your whole heart and soul, you're wanting to learn this and you're invested, it's ricocheting off. It's not,
In one ear, out the other.
it's just not, you know what I mean? There's so many thoughts a day. So you really have to, like, you can't force kids to try to learn this shit because you're just getting, you're actually making it worse. I firmly feel that way. Like if I were to have kids, I would actually urge them to not, you know what I mean? Or I would try to find a place that could really facilitate it. I think it needs to be, hey, let's figure out, hey, here's all the things you have to learn. We're gonna try to prepare you for these next steps of life. You know what I mean? Think about how much has evolved. Every single kid has an iPhone. I mean, I've had this conversation on this podcast, but you have an iPhone, you know everything. I could ask you a question. You have no idea what I'm talking about. You could say, hey, Siri, what's this? And she's going to fucking tell you. So why do you need to know who crossed the bridge in 1775 and fucking start? Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how we got here, but we got here. But you're a guy who, I mean, you went to a great high school. Did you take how were academics like at the front of your focus too? Or are you like, you know what?
Yeah, so my mom's actually an educator. She's
There you go.
Yeah, so she's
Your
like
mom probably hated what I just said, but it's fine. It's no disrespect to teachers.
No,
It
yeah,
has
no, I
none.
got you, yeah.
It's the fundamentals of, like, it's how I feel about, like, we're getting into all types of controversial shit, but it's how I feel about the gun law shit too. Like, bro, the right to bear arms, when they wrote that in the Constitution, they had fucking muskets. It took 15 fucking, like, 30 seconds to take one shot and load it up. Couldn't mass kill people. You know what I mean? Like, my point is, you evolve. Humans are evolving at an incredible rate. You know what I mean? To the point where we're gonna fucking merge with machines at some point. You know, like we're really headed that direction. So my point is, nothing against the educators. The educators should be paid triple what they're paid. You have to change. They have to be people like chameleons who can, you know, like a Joe Rogan figure in a sense where like, yo, let's pull up topics. Let's talk. Let's expand our thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I love watching the podcast, and I mean,
me too, man.
Just
It's
listening
changed
to
my
it
life.
visually, like watching their, even their like body language. I find like interesting, like just about
It is.
like,
But you really feel like I watching Joe Rogan, bro, I feel like, yeah, I know this guy.
Yeah.
I know for a fact how he's wired. Because there's so many times I'm in watching his conversations, I'm like, yeah, I fucking agree. You know what I mean? That's exactly.
I've gone through that. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
yeah, I've
feel
gone through it, or like, holy shit, that's crazy. You know,
Yeah.
but he's bringing he's using his platform, and that's what I'm trying to do with this. But he's using his platform, right? He's informing a lot of people about shit they had no idea and they would have never known. They would have never been privy to these special guests that he has on with all his specialty knowledge about government or anything, you know? Like even for me, who's highly educated, you know, I went to Duke, Georgetown. I really can genuinely say it's also a mindset thing. At this time in my life, I'm what I said about wanting to learn. Like I'm putting it on because I want to fucking listen and learn. You get what I mean? So I'm already, when my foot in the door is already a lot. I'm there. I'm in the room. You know, where you're begging kids to try to get a foot in the door to listen in school. You know what I mean? You have to be an incredible leader actually to be an elite educator because it's fucking challenging.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?